Hey babes, welcome back to the It Girl Era podcast. It's your host, Adanya, and Happy New Year. Long time no see. I took a bit of a hiatus, but we're back and we're better. Can I just say that December was like a year in itself. There were so many events that happened that were just like, I can't believe this is just 1 month of my life. Like, it felt like a year in itself. Yeah, I kind of wanted to update you guys on my new approach in 2025 in regards to like my goals and what I'm going to be focusing on in 2025. So let's get on into it. So the concept that I'm going to be really following in 2025 is missions. So I made certain missions in my life that I want to stick with as opposed to goals. And so that way I feel like it's less strict in the sense that if I do like the steps, then I'm making progress in that goal. So it's not like I have to do it a certain way or there's a certain numerical outcome or that I'm looking for. It's just I want to be intentional about these things, and this is how I know to do that. So this concept came about because I was watching a sermon, a TD Jakes and Sarita Jakes sermon with my boyfriend, and it was about model homes and familial life and marriage. And they said that their mission, because they're married, their mission is to be sitting on the porch sipping iced tea with their teeth in a glass. So I thought that was really inspiring and really impactful because it accounts for the happy ending, but it doesn't limit them to like the day-to-day. It doesn't put so much pressure on them yet moving about in their day-to-day life. Like, because it's like we're going to make each other a priority. And if I know that at the end of the day, our goal is to, grow old together, then I'm not going to harp on like a little fight, because it gives me like that sense of security and more certainty. And so, yeah, I really resonated with that. And so I'm like, let me just apply this to all aspects. Let me apply this to all aspects of my life, which me and my boyfriend adopted that mission together. So we have that mission of growing old together. That's our mission. So the missions model really helps me stay detached from the outcomes because it's more like the long term instead of just short term numerical deadlines. It's more like, it's long term. I'm in it for the long haul. So yeah, it's that long term gratification. So it also helps me to romanticize like my journey a bit more than like, oh, I need to be making $5,000 by the end of this month type. It's just a lot more flowy and feminine, which I kind of find that I have enjoyed more. So I'll just read a couple of my missions that I have for 2025. I made a Notions page, of course. One of the most important missions that I have this year is to create more than I consume. So the bullet points I have underneath are create before I consume and assign phone time. So being very intentional with scrolling on social media. And so the activities that I want to focus on are coloring, dancing, writing poetry, painting my nails, painting on a canvas, charm bracelets, like scrapbooking. I really want to be more hobby focused this year. I've already kind of started. I customized my MacBook wallpaper and it kind of looks like a scrapbook and I'm just obsessed. So I started a whole Pinterest board called Creation and it's just things that I want to create. And I'm really excited about it because I feel like it's nurturing my inner child and it's also promoting self-care as well, because to do those activities, I feel like you have to be so present, and that's what I've been craving, because the last couple months, I feel like I was just on autopilot, kind of, and I've really been craving that slow down and be where your feet are kind of vibe. So yeah, I feel like this one is kind of important because I feel like I was putting a lot of pressure on myself to be this full-time entrepreneur and be successful right out the gate, which is, it's very ambitious. And I feel like sometimes when you're an ambitious person, it can be draining and it can lead to burnout. And I've definitely had years like this in the past where I'm like, yeah, because I'm going to do this, this, and this. And then, like, none of it happens. And I end up being like, no, I just want to be present. So it's kind of like the cycle that I've been on. But yes, instead of attaching a number to my career or my finances, I have the mission of using my gifts to help people. So with that, I want to focus on doing passionate and meaningful work. For my examples, I put my podcast, of course. I love helping you guys and giving you tips on how to improve your life and sharing things about my life that will help you in your life. And yeah, website design and social media management for other businesses, because, I know how it is out in the world of entrepreneurship. So if I could help those people succeed in their business, that would mean a lot to me as a business owner myself. Yeah. And then I put etc. because I have so many gifts and so many things that I like to do to help people. And I don't want to limit myself. And yeah. And then the last bullet point I have under that mission is to embrace being multifaceted and do what feels good to me, because that's so important. It's so easy to just get a job and do the job just because that's the job that you could get and you got to pay your bills. But I've done it enough to be like, this ain't it. I've done it enough to know that it's draining and it's the quickest way to return to autopilot, because then once you're in it, you're just trying to escape. So at least that's my experience. When I'm in it, I'm just trying to escape. So it's like I'm not even really living my life to the fullest with this job. So yeah, it really means a lot to me to do work that excites me and gives me that sense of purpose. So that's one of my missions this year, which I feel like has already been kind of popping off for me, to be honest. Once you are honest with yourself about what you want to do and what feels good, I feel like opportunities just kind of fall into your lap more and easier and effortlessly. So that would be my tip for you going into 2025. Really be authentic and transparent in what feels good to you and what you want to do. And yeah, don't put this pressure on yourself to be a certain way or achieve a certain thing, because it's your life. You're the only one who's living it, and you have to feel good about it at the end of the day. Yeah, and then I'll just tell you like the wording of this mission, because I feel like it's important when we talk about the long term. So yeah, my mission for fitness. So my mission is to make progress in my fitness journey. So that is like no brainer. Like, of course I'm going to do that. So with that gives me less pressure. And it's like, okay, I feel confident in this because, like, of course, I'm going to work out and I'm going to make progress in my fitness journey. That's a no-brainer for me because I felt like last year I was really pushing to look a certain way, and I started falling out of love with going to the gym and working out. So yeah, my goal with that is to take the pressure off myself and create less stress and more self-care, because fitness is more about self-care for me, because I enjoy going to the gym and having my headphones on and doing like a challenging but not too challenging workout, and being hydrated, drinking my water, and just really being present. In order for it to keep feeling good to me, I just want to focus on making progress and not quantifying that progress, because it's like too, it can be discouraging to be like, okay, this is the certain body type that I want. Mind you, you definitely should have like kind of an outcome that you're going for, but when I'm just like, this is the body type I want, and I see that maybe it's not, I'm not, when I don't see the results there, then it kind of discourages me. So it's like, okay, let's forget about that. Let me just, go to the gym for the sake of going to the gym. And that's it, for the sake of self-care. And yeah, I think it helps me romanticize going to the gym. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 missions for this year. And yeah, maybe this approach could really help you, because I was experiencing a lot of stress and anxiety and pressure for a majority of 2024, and I don't want to have that in 2025. In 2025, I want to feel relaxed and I want to take care of myself properly, and I want to make sure that all of this is sustainable, because it's like, okay, let's say like I want to have a successful podcast, which I do, but if I'm like, oh, because I need this amount of subscribers every week, it takes the fun out of it, it takes the passion out of it, and it's just like, there's too much expectation. It's too much. So yeah, I want to ignite my passion again, because I'm a very passionate person. And I think that I want to lean into the passion more than the ambition, because the passion will lead me. Passion resonates more like with my heart, and the ambition is more in my head. So yeah, I think that passion is a gateway to like my creativity, and that's what I want to hone in on in 2025. So yeah, I'm really excited about 2025. I think it's going to be a really good year. And I had seen a post as well that was like, it was like a girl dancing, and she was like, when consistency isn't on your vision board this year. And it's like some people didn't resonate, but me, I'm like, man, like I resonate with that so much, because I feel like that's what they always tell you, is like, you got to be consistent. And like, what does consistency mean? Like, I feel like we're just like, yeah, because you got to show up every day for it. But it's like, consistency looks different depending on the day. So, of course, show up for your goals, but don't overdo it. Don't let it rule your life. Don't let consistency rule your life. Like, don't beat yourself up if you missed a day, or if you had a tough workout and it got cut short. Like, or if you didn't do so well in your business. Let's just give ourselves more grace this year. Let's be less hard on ourselves. I feel like there's so many things in this life that make you feel like you have to be a certain way. And let's just put up our middle fingers to that, because like I said before, this is our lives, this is our livelihood. Like, you have to be good. Like, when you're 80, you have to be okay with what you did in your life. So don't let the societal pressures force you into having a life that you regret or that you don't like. Yeah. And I really hope that this year is the foundation of that for the rest of my life, because I want to enjoy my life. I don't want to just be a slave to my goals that I think I should accomplish just for giggles. Just because that's what other people in my industry do, or that's what I saw on Instagram. So that's what I'm going to do. Like, no, how do I want my life to feel? That's my biggest thing going into 2025. So, yeah, I hope that can resonate with you, and that you will take that into consideration when you're planning your year. Can I tell you guys something else crazy? I haven't done my vision board yet. I have not done my vision board yet, and it's because I knew that if I did it, it would be in a way where it would be kind of overwhelming and very goal heavy. So I was just like, you know what? I'm going to take a step back. But I did save a vision board that I seen on Pinterest in my creation board, because it was less like goal oriented, I feel like, and more vibe driven. So that's another thing I wanted to talk about. So I started this board as well, called my life mood board, and it's just about how I want my life to feel versus like what I'm trying to make happen. But it's like, this will be cool. Or I see something, like I saw a picture of like it's the passenger seat of a car, and it's a Barnes & Noble bag and a purse in front of it, and there's books in the Barnes & Noble bag, and it's like, yes, that's how I want my life to feel. I want to be girly and go to Barnes & Noble and get some romance books, because that's just what I like to do. It's simply for my enjoyment. I'm not getting paid to read these books, but I just enjoy them. And there's other pictures like that of like a girl coloring, or an aesthetic scene of the coloring book and the alcohol markers. And I just got some alcohol markers for Christmas, and I can't wait to use them on the right type of coloring book. So that's on there. And so it's like it's like the vibe that I want my life to emulate, but it's not. So it gotta be like this. Like, there's room for me to still live my life how I want to live it without being so strict. And yes, I think that is everything that I want to talk about in this episode. And I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I know that this is probably so different from my other videos about my other podcast episodes about like goals and motivation and things like that. But I experienced a lot of things last year in 2024 that have completely changed my outlook, which I'm so grateful for because it wasn't sustainable. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, rate the podcast 5 stars if you're watching on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, and make good choices. I hope you guys have an amazing week, and yeah, I love you. Bye.